Hey, what's up guys? Sloth King here. Today, I'm going to try to get the Supra pretty much ready to run. The main thing I'm going to focus on first, I'm going to drain the fuel tank and then put a new fuel filter on there. Afterwards, I have to top off the transmission with some transmission fluid. And then I'm going to start putting in the radiator. And then I got to bolt up one fuel line, a coolant hose. And I think that's about it. Just fill up the cooling system. Yeah, I think I should be ready to try to turn it over. Oh, there are a couple grounds I have to put on, but they're right in this location. See these grounds I made? They all get hopefully you can see it. There's a bolt right here, and for future reference for you guys, there's a bunch of grounds right here. Just take your grounds, put them on. Oh yeah, and then I have to throw on my radiator fan too. So I think I still have the small harness that I made for it. So hopefully I do, because that'll be a quick plug and play kind of thing. If not, then I have to make a quick wiring harness for that. But it's not too bad. And then before I throw the radiator in, I am going to put through my my hood latch. I think it comes through here. Hopefully it comes through here. I forget. Either way. Yeah, I'm gonna work on that today. I only have about 6 hours of sunlight left. Hopefully I can get all that done and then try to key it over so you guys can actually hear it run. Okay, here we go guys. Okay guys, I'm about to do the fuel filter. I picked this up years ago. I never got to it because the car stopped running. Okay, so here's a new fuel filter. And after looking at the one on the car, that's a factory one. So that's been on there for like 30 years. That's way too long for a fuel filter. It is probably in the worst spot ever. I don't know why Toyota engineers decided to put the fuel filter there. They could have ran it somewhere along the edge. Okay, so it's underneath, it's on top of the differential, but you got to be on the side where your drive shaft comes down, and then you can peek over and then see your two fuel lines that lead to it. It's a pain to get to, and right now I have like a bunch of spider webs down there, so I'm not looking forward to doing that. But it's gonna be really hard to get a good angle, or any kind of angle, especially like trying to put you guys on my head. It's gonna be terrible. So I'm gonna show you where it's at. I'm gonna show you the way I take it off, try to do it easily. You gotta be careful because you can bend the bracket. I did it on my 87 and it broke one of the bolts in it, so that was a pain. Okay, so here's the drive shaft, here's the differential. Now if you peek around, let me get my light. So oh, this is okay. Let me show you from the CV axle side. Okay, as you can see, the fuel filter's right there. You have one fuel line there, and then on the other side you have another, just a hard fuel line that just screws in. So hopefully you can see that pretty well. So you're gonna need some wrenches that are specialty fuel line or brake line wrenches. Okay, so in order to grab onto the fuel lines and not round it out, especially when you're looking at it, the one on the driver's side, the regular fuel line, you're gonna need a Flair wrench. You're gonna want a Flair wrench, I should say, because it's easy to round out that fitting, and you don't want to round that out because you don't want to go up there and replace that fuel line. So on the other side, you can get away with using two regular wrenches. You're gonna put one on the fuel filter itself. When you're up on the car taking out the inlet, you're gonna put a wrench on here, and then you're gonna put a wrench on the fitting itself, and then you can take it off. And then on the outlet side, you're gonna put a wrench here, and then you're gonna put your Flair wrench on the line itself. Once you do that, you can take it off easily. And yeah, it's a pain in the butt. I can't really film it properly, but yeah, figured I'd show you guys how to do that, and I'll update you guys whenever I take it out. Okay guys, I think I actually got a decent position for you. So the Flair wrench on the outlet side is gonna be a 14mm, and then the one that hooks onto the fuel filter is a 19mm. Okay, I got that side loose. Now I'm gonna get this side loose. So the banjo bolt is a 17 millimeter, and the housing size is still the same. It's still a 19. And then afterwards, take out the 3 10 millimeter bolts on the bottom. Okay, so I got both lines off. Now I'm just letting the fuel collect in here. And then you can see, hopefully you can see, there's a bracket, or the fuel filter bracket. And there's 3 10 millimeter bolts that you just take off. And then you can just take off the filter and then put the new one on. So if it's hard to see, I'll show you when it's off. Okay, a bit of an update. You don't have to take off the 3 bolts. There's actually one bolt that's closest to the fuel filter that if you loosen it, you can just slide your fuel filter out, and I don't know where it went. Oh, it dropped. There it is. Hello, fuel filter. Oh, I'm just gonna let that drain. Oh, that's actually pretty clean. Oh, that definitely smells like bad gas. All right, I'm gonna let that drain and put on the new fuel filter. All right, update, I got the new fuel filter on. I don't know the torque settings to it, so I just did it Spider-Man tight and not Hulk tight. Now, a little tip, when you're throwing on the outlet fuel line, you can get it started with a stubby 14 millimeter wrench. That way you can just keep putting it on, because a Flair wrench, it's kind of tricky to put on. That's like when you're about to tighten it, is when you want to use the Flair wrench, or when you're loosening it. Came out pretty good. The last thing I'm going to do is drain my fuel tank. And I have the fuel plug right here, or the tank drain right here, and then it just takes a 3/8 ratchet to undo it. So let me get everything in position and let's drain the tank. Oh yeah, so check this out. That's disgusting. Came out like kind of clean on the other side, but that's really bad. I'd love to open it and see how bad the filter looks. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, that smells bad. Uh-oh. My container's leaking. Well, let me go get something. All right, guys. Tank is all drained. From what you saw, there was a lot of gas. And my container had a crack in it. I didn't even know that. And I had a lot more fuel in my tank than I realized. So I had about 10 gallons in there. I was not anticipating that much. I thought I literally had like 4 or 5 gallons left because it was really low. I guess my fuel gauge was really off. Okay, well, now I have bad gas and really bad gas because I had to use this container which had my antifreeze in it and some residual oil. So now I'm gonna figure out where I can dispose of that stuff, and I'm a little lightheaded. So I'm gonna conclude this video. Hopefully that location of the fuel filter helped you out. If it did, leave a like, subscribe to see more videos like these, and yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to clean out the fuel tank in the future. I saw a little bit of rust come through, but it wasn't bad. Anyways, take it easy, guys.